Hello and welcome back. I'm Mr. Jacobson, and this is the channel where I spend far too much money on watches so you might not have to. Or, this is the channel where you can see some photography and videography of your watch that you've bought just before it arrives on your doorstep. Today we have another Pagani Design, in the form of their sort of Tagani Heuer Aquaracer homage. The box is standard, as you can see, and you get the usual little cloth for cleaning. The specs are as follows. It has a case diameter of 47.6 millimeters, which is absolutely huge, and so it has now earned the nickname of the Pagani Design Gargantuous Maximus. Oh, Gargantuous Maximus. It's very, very big and absolutely enormous. Oh, it's so big that you probably shouldn't get one if you have a very small wrist. Okay, that's not gonna work. So we return to the unboxing. The diameter was 47.6 millimeters, the thickness is 14.3, the bracelet length is 22 centimeters, the lug width is 22 millimeters. You get Hardlex glass, so no sapphire goodness here, and it isn't certified for any type of water resistance. No rain, no scrambling brains underwater. As soon as I gave this thing a flick, I felt and heard that this is not an NH35 movement inside, and instead you will find a Seagull ST16 that hacks and manual winds. The whole watch weighs in at a hefty 180 grams. The bezel is dodecagonal, the crown is screw down, which is absolutely pointless. There's also, for your convenience and my ire, a Cyclops date function. Now again, Pagani Design is the brand with basically no design. This is a straight knockoff of a Tagani Heuer Aquaracer, only it's bigger, much bigger. It's huge. And again, it's so big that it will... Sorry. Anyway, the dial has a texture to it that looks very nice, but then again, it would, because it's a knockoff. The hands are, well, Tagani Heuer swords, and the second hand is a square lollipop with a nice yellow accent. Indices are applied with a silver lining, but there is no lume, even though it might look like there should be. And there should be, because this is a sporty sports watch that's very sporty, even though it's huge. The case is all polished apart from the lug fronts. The bracelet is reasonably brushed. It is quite comfortable. No, it's very comfortable, actually. Really, quite nice. The watch has a click-lock clasp, very slight and not in the way. This is also a very, very nice little feature. There is no display case back, sadly, since Seagull movements are more interesting to look at than the NH35, but who can complain really at this price point? And here is the Gargantuous Mastodontius Maximus on my 19 centimeter, 7.48 inch, or 0.000944 furlong wrist. This is bordering on far too big. It is a massive presence and impossible to ignore. You know you're wearing it, and people will notice you're wearing it. And you might make or break friends in the sweep of the second hand. Wear it at a cocktail party and feel adventurous and sporty. Problems? Well, yes. The bezel is absolutely hopeless. It doesn't really click into center, and it moves just by you looking at it. It's really, really terrible. The size is an issue, and will be for most people. As I said, this is a massive watch. The screw-down crown is completely pointless, and I don't understand why this thing isn't even certified to withstand rain. And then there's the design. Run into a Tagani Heuer fan and he will not be your fan. Oh, and the cloth is absolutely useless for cleaning. It actually collects dust and dirt like crazy, and simply just reapplies it to the watch. However, all of this is as usual moot. The Pagani Design 1617 Gargantuous Mastodontius Maximus goes for $76 US, and even though it is a complete knockoff, you can't help but be transported to the go-go jet set of the Riviera when you look at it. It's shameless, but impossible not to recommend because of the ridiculous value for money that Pagani Design offers. I would have liked to see sapphire glass though. And since Pagani Design offers that on most watches, I don't understand why they haven't offered it here. The problem is that I simply haven't much to say about it. It's a watch that I'm not supposed to like, but the specs and the price, they're just too good to ignore. And if you already have a Tagani Heuer Aquaracer locked away in some underground military bunker, then buy one of these, wear it to a cocktail party, and regale your mingling surroundings with tales of how you actually have a real one, but use this one instead since the other one is too nice to actually use. Or something. So there you have it. The Pagani Design Gargantus Maximus. Too big for most, but for those who can carry it, you probably have already bought one. Thank you all so much for watching. I'm Mr. Jacobson. Take care of yourselves, and we will rejoin the next adventure very soon.